Hi there, this is Sheena Rowlands and today I'm sharing with you my latest layout for Hey Little Magpie. For today's layout I'm using Pretty Little Studio You Are My Sunshine collection, and for the base of my layout I'm using this paper, and it's called Staycation. So this paper has got printed on it 6 tags. So I've come in with a ruler and a blade, and I'm actually going to take the tags out of the base layer. This paper is actually really quite thick, so it took me a couple of goes to cut each line. I probably need a new blade in my cutter there, but I just take my time because I don't want to tear either of the papers, either the tag or the base layer, because I'm going to carry on and use both of them in my design. So now I've removed them all from the base layer, I'm just going to attach a piece of, well, it's about 11 inches square, maybe 11 and a half. It's very thin cardstock paper. And basically I'm putting that on the back to cover all of the holes, because I'm going to actually put the tags back in the original holes, if that makes sense. So there's just a piece of white paper. That means that when the tags go back in, if you do see underneath them, you'll actually only see the white card, so it's not much different from the actual base layer anyway. So I've come in with some children's craft foam, and I'm going to put some underneath every tag. So now it's time to start to think about embellishing. First of all though, I bring in a tool and I put the holes in all of the tags, because I'm going to come back to those later. So I've made sure I've cut those out. As you can tell, I'm not sticking down anything at this stage. I'm going to do a bit of thinking, and I'm not going to stick anything to the base layer, but I'm going to add the foam to the backs of the tags. You see the longer pieces of foam, I've actually cut a little V out so that you can't see the foam through the hole that I've punched. So I'm just adding just a bit of double-sided tape to add them on. So also that foam will also help me at the very end when I come to do the journaling on one of the tags. It will actually give me a firm base, so I don't mind actually sticking things down before I do the journaling if I know there's a firm base underneath it. You will also might notice, if you're eagle-eyed, that I've swapped the pink tag over. In the original it was in the center at the bottom, and I've moved it to the right. That's because I want to use some symmetry to add these 3 photographs. So I want 1 on the top and 2 at the bottom, but I want to use that center tag with the lines already on it for my journaling. So I've just moved the places. I did check the tags are all the same size, so that's absolutely fine. I've picked a title already, and I took that from the Just Peachy Word Titles die cuts, and it says Picking Wild Flowers, and I will alter it to make it say Picking Flowers. Very easy to do. I've also got some hearts there. They're from one of the cut aparts. I did get a couple of the cut apart sheets, and I'm going to use some of the phrases as well on this layout. And I sat in the front of the TV one evening and I cut them all out. They're really good value, the cut apart sheets at Pretty Little Studio, so I would recommend that you do check them out. So I've focused on yellow, pink and orange in this collection. Now I'll tell you now that You Are My Sunshine, there is lots and lots of pieces in this range, and I've cherry picked the ones that I really like, and I certainly don't have all of it. So I'm going through what I've got, but if you have a look in store, there are so many pieces. I know that there'll be some that you really like and that really inspire you to create with them. Do check it out in store. It's called You Are My Sunshine. So I've got the 6x6 pad there, and I've just come in with a hole punch. I'm going to make some ring enforcers, I think, if that's the phrase. I'm going to cut a few from the packaging and a few for some paper. So what I tend to do is punch the smaller hole first, and then I've come in and it's 3/4 of an inch circle punch, and then I punch around it trying to get the sides even, and I'm going to add those to the tags as like hole enforcers, I think. I'm not sure what the technical term is, but I'm sure you know what I mean. I'm trying to stick to the same sort of colorways that I'm already using. I know there's quite a lot of green in my photos, but I think they're still working well with this collection. So I'm really pleased with the way the top right tag has gone. There's a couple of flower die cuts and a couple of phrases from the cut aparts there. The middle one is that I'm going to use a photograph and another of the phrases. I do like the 3 big hearts over the very pattern tag as well. There's lots of lovely flowers in this collection in the die cut, so I definitely will be trying to squeeze on a few more. Now the bottom left tag is giving me trouble. There's always one when I come to design, and I'm not quite sure what I want to use on it at the moment. I know the photo that I want, so I'm not going to force it. I'm going to concentrate on the others, and I will come back to that as I go. I found a lovely piece of bunting in pinks and yellows, so I'm going to use that in the bottom right with another photograph and another one of the cut aparts. So while I carry on reinforcing the tags, I'll tell you that these photos were taken recently, end of July, I think. I'll need to double check the date when I come to write the journaling. Basically, I saw an advert on Facebook for somebody that had got a maze and a sunflower field. And I convinced my daughter and my husband, well, I convinced my husband really, my daughter was up for it from the start, that we should just pop over there for an afternoon, and I'm so glad we did. The most amazing field full of sunflowers, and you could they had some secateurs, you could take a pair, you could go into the fields and you could pick your own, and I'd never done that before, and it wasn't far from where we live, and I really enjoyed it, and we had a lovely afternoon there. And as you can imagine, as scrapbookers, we took quite a few photographs, and these are just 3 of my favourites, so I thought I would get those and use those. So I found a ticket in the lemonade mix die cuts that I've used on that bottom left tag. I knew it would come together in the end. I've added a little bee to the top right, and a couple of little butterflies as well. And then I decided I was going to tie the tags together. I'd had this idea from the start, another reason for raising them, also another reason for not sticking them down right to the ends. This meant at this stage I could actually feed the seam binding through really easily. So I don't know whether you've seen this before. This is called American seam binding. You'll find it in the Hey Little Magpie store. I think it comes in about 15 colours. The yellow that I've picked here is called citrine. The orangey colour that I nearly used there is called melon. But there's lots of different colours. You'll definitely find something that suits you and your layouts. It's really nice and thin. It's got a nice crease quality to it. So I'm actually just feeding it through the 2, tying it in a knot in the center, and then cutting the ends on the diagonal. They're just a bit folded, so I'm just making sure I've got a nice good cut on those. So I think apart from the journaling, I'm pretty much finished. So that's some of the dimension that you can see there. Thank you so much for watching. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel so you can see more videos, and do check out this collection at the Hey Little Magpie store. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you here again real soon. This is Sheena for Hey Little Magpie. Bye for now.